Alright, so you're ready to do your first project. First thing we're going to do is make sure you have your artboards labeled. So I'm going to click on artboards, and remember we did this in our business card project, but you just double click it and then you can change it to the name that you want. So this one is Make Shapes. Right? So for each of these you want to make sure that you label them, and once you label them it should show up. Let's see. Well, it doesn't show up anymore. They usually show up here at the top. Let me see if I zoom out. No, it doesn't show up there at the top. But once you label these, you can just double click them and jump right to those boards, so that you don't have to worry about them. So make sure you label your boards, and it just makes it a lot more organized. So we're going to be using our shape tools. So we have all of our basic shapes here: rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star tool, and then line. Remember, when you're using a shape, you drag it out like this. This one just has a stroke on it. If you want to change the stroke and the fill, you come down here to the bottom, your switcher down here, and you can change the fill. We're going to be doing these in black and white, so black. And I'm going to turn off my stroke, so make my stroke none. And allows me to, if I click on it, remember I have these toggle menus right here, circle toggles, so I can adjust the corner radius of my shape. I can rotate it. If I come a little bit further away and rotate, I can always rotate my shapes like that. Remember, if you hold down shift on anything, it keeps it proportionate, or it puts it at 90 degree angles. So when I rotate with shift, it puts it at a 90-degree angle. You can, instead of using your selection tool, you can go to your direct select tool and click on your direct select. I don't have my shapes all the way. Let me go back to get back to my original square. So I had the corner still rounded a little bit. So you can click on a corner and you can extend it, you can warp it, you can do other things, make new shapes from it by using your direct selection tool. Another thing, once you remember, your properties menu on the right hand side here is contextual. So if I click on this, it changes to what I need to do. So there's my fill, my stroke, opacity. I have my line down here. You can do other shapes. So remember, we don't always have to use the shapes that we have here. If you want to use your shape builder down here, shaper tool. Let's see. So I click on my tools down here, and sometimes if a tool is not there, you can click on this and it'll show up down here in the extra tools right here. But I'm gonna use my shape builder right here, and I'm gonna draw out a triangle, and it makes that triangle for me. Again, remember, if you want this to be filled, you gotta make sure you have it filled. You can also use your polygon tool to make triangles, or if you use your up and down arrows, you add more to it. So I can make it a triangle, or I can make it a star, either one. So this should get you going on your shapes. Before you really get going on it, make sure you have everything set up by doing your artboards. I also would add rulers to this and then use some guides, as we did in the postcard project. So I'm going to click rulers. It should be Command R or Control R. Rulers, show rulers. And then I'm just going to drag out a ruler at a 1/2 inch. And you can keep doing that. So you can just drag these out at a 1/2 inch. So I'm just using the ruler at the top to drag these out to a 1/2 inch. All right. So this is nice. Remember, Command semicolon toggles them on and off, or Control semicolon toggles them on and off. And this just gives you some guides to, when you're doing your shapes, to kind of have make sure that you're centering things or using your space well. So that's why we have the guides here. So that's it. This should get you started. If you have any questions, I'll be walking around for help. All right.